Tonight, the Hamilton County Sheriff says the attack in Orlando has some striking similarities to the attack here in Chattanooga just last July.
Hannah Lawrence talked to him about how police responded to terrorism in both situations. Hannah.
Calvin, Latricia, I talked to the sheriff about the equipment our local agencies use to respond to that kind of terrorism. He also talked about what limits agencies from predicting and preventing attacks inspired by ISIS.
The similarities between this weekend's attack in Orlando and the Chattanooga shootings.
I see many. I think the same philosophy became ingrained in the mind of both individuals.
The FBI says it questioned the Orlando shooter about potential ties to terrorism in 2013 and 2014. But when those investigations closed, he fell off the watch list.
To look at someone doesn't necessarily mean you're going to know everything about them. And human nature the way it is, and the human body the way it is, nobody knows what you're thinking.
Hamilton County Sheriff Jim Hammond says his office communicates regularly with state and federal agencies about possible threats. But retired Marine Colonel and former U.S. prosecutor Wayne Rich says the country still isn't taking radicalists seriously enough.
If you look at chronologically, Fort Hood, Chattanooga, San Bernardino, and Orlando, the underlying common thread is Islamic terrorism. As a federal government, we have done a disservice to the American people by not recognizing especially ISIS for what it is.
And when these mass casualty situations happen, Hammond says using military-grade equipment is appropriate and needed.
We have some equipment, but not like what you saw last night.
The concern I would have, I think any citizen have, is that it's deployed properly and utilized properly, which comes right back to your earlier point. The key to it is proper leadership.
Orlando police say they used a military-grade armored vehicle to distract the attacker and ram the outside wall of the club, providing a way out for those in the club. Hammond says CPD brought its armored vehicle to the site of the Chattanooga shootings, and both the county and the city responded with some military-grade equipment. Calvin.